Hi guys, this is Couch Confessions, where I talk a little bit about my insights, personal and professional from the week. So you're going to get a little bit of what I did in therapy sessions and just my thoughts on life. So this week I'm talking about dating and Gen Zers, because that has really been on my mind. I'm talking about, I stalked my daughter, who's a Gen Zer's birthday vlog, not a great idea, and just the uneasiness that folks are feeling about what's happening in politics. So let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about what's happening in politics. A lot of folks in my sessions were just feeling really just fear and insecurity and anxious and anger and all the things. And I think myself, like a lot of therapists this week, had to do a lot of just trying to calm people, acknowledging their feelings, validating people. But, people are really scared and people are having a very, very hard time. And when you're not able to predict what is going to come next in your life or how you're going to take care of yourself and your family, and you don't even know like what all these changes mean, it really, really can be gut-wrenching. And like I said, a lot of my clients and personal friends as well are just really going through it. And so, a lot of what I found myself saying to my clients in therapy this week is, I know you've heard it before, but like you really, really gotta take care of yourself. Like we're all going through this. Change is hard. Change is hard. Uncertainty's hard. I think people are very angry at the way things are being laid out, and totally get that. But it's really important to take care of yourself. And if you've thought about therapy in the past and haven't done it, I think now is the time to definitely do it. And the reason why I say that is because you really have to take care of your brain. For me, it comes down to the brain. And the brain is an organ that is designed to be a predictor of the future. And that's how it keeps you safe, right? It predicts the future so you can make moves, you can do things, or, all the things. So when uncertainty comes or there are a lot of rapid changes, the brain gets activates your body really into a fight, flight, or fawn response. And we all know that chronically staying there, and this is becoming chronic, right? This is day after day, week after week of changes. When that happens and your body is in chronic stress, that is like one of the main killers of people. Like your body cannot take staying in fight, flight, or fawn for too long. So you really need to up your self-care, get a therapist, talk to friends, be in connected community, because you really have to try to restore your brain. Okay, whatever your political opinion is, you need to take care of your brain and restore your brain. So a lot of that was going on in my sessions this week. The other thing that was going on, I talked a lot about it last week, is Gen Z and dating. And just talking to my clients, it's really all that's been on my mind, because again, people are really struggling. And I have to tell you, I had no idea how bad it really is. And that's scary. I remember being in my late 20s and really wanting to date and get out there and start my life. And it's really hard now. And I think it's hard for a lot of reasons. And unfortunately, when I give tips, I can only go into surface level things here on YouTube or, whatever platform you're watching this. But of course, with my clients, I get a little bit deeper, and just trying to peel back the layers, the onion layers, and help them figure out what works for them in their dating life. And one thing that I have found, I think across the board, and there are many variables to this, but one thing I have found across the board is that a lot of Gen Zers, as I call them, really struggle with vulnerability, being authentic and vulnerable. And that's what you need, right? I think that in relationships, there's a lack of authentic connection. And the reason why I think people are having a hard time with vulnerability, and this is why I think, if you want to date, you really should be in therapy. And here's why. Like, again, I can only go into so much here on YouTube, but when you're working with a therapist, I think there's a lot of stuff in your subconscious. There's a lot of subconscious work. There's a lot of blocks that can get in your way that prevent you from being vulnerable in your relationships, in your romantic relationships, right? It's easier to be vulnerable in just your friendships, but your romantic relationships, sometimes it's hard. And a lot of the reasons why it's hard are deep down in your subconscious, right? There's some inner child work I do with my clients, some attachment style work I do with my clients, really helping people get around those blocks so they feel confident enough to be vulnerable. And they know how to find, this is the other piece, they know how to find people that are safe enough. And I talked about this last week in one of my videos, safe enough to be emotionally vulnerable with. So it's two things. You got to be vulnerable, and then you got to find someone who makes you feel emotionally safe and that you make feel emotionally safe. But that comes up a lot, and everybody's personal blocks, like that's all different. That's the stuff we do in therapy, the good stuff. And I have to tell you, my clients, they really work. My clients work, okay? They are not about playing games. We get into the dirtiness of it, the shadow work, the inner child. My clients work, and I love them for it. As much as I teach them, they teach me as well. It's a good blend. Last thing. Okay, so I didn't really stalk my daughter's birthday vlog, but she showed it to me. We're very, very close, but I definitely asked to see it. Why? Because I love her. I'm interested, whatever. She went to Miami for her birthday. She had a fabulous time. Okay. But after watching the birthday vlog, I was kind of like, should I have watched this as a mommy? And not that she did anything bad, because she didn't. She's a great girl, nice, clean, fun. But I definitely thought about me at her age. And, there are some things that my mommy did not need to see. And I know that Gen Zers, and millennials, you guys put it all out there. And I was just thankful as a Gen Xer that we did not, okay? And that there were some things mommy did not see. Again, nothing bad. She had a fabulous time. But it really made me think about this. She has a vlog, she has a podcast, she's out there, and it really made me think about like this influencer lifestyle. And, when I was her age for my birthday, I probably got, I probably did a birthday dinner. If that, I probably got like a happy birthday and a card, but if I did go out, I went a couple friends out, whatever. This girl had a yacht day, a VIP. She was with a celebrity, a well-known celebrity in the music industry, in the VIP section, then a yacht day, then several 5-star dinners with her friends, living it up. And I was so intrigued. Talk about influencer. I was so intrigued that I was like, can I see your vlog? Can I see, over and over again, until she finally was like, yes, mom, here's my vlog, and whatever, we watched it together, and it was great. And I'm so happy for her, that she had a great time. But it just gave me, more insight into, just what Gen Zers and millennials lifestyle is like. And I left the vlog with this insight, right? I think that influencers of today, whether TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever platform they're on, that is akin to Disney movies or The Cosby Show or Dynasty for Gen Xers. And what I mean by that is the standards for what we dreamed about. Like we all wanted to be like the Huxtables maybe, or the flashy rich lifestyle we saw in Dynasty, or, you know, what we dreamed for, or the marriages or relationships we saw on Cinderella or Snow White, where they fell in love and a man swept them off their feet. Like those were the things my generation was dreaming about, thinking about, the lifestyle we wanted to aspire to, right? And I think about Gen Zers now, millennials, and like the lifestyles is so, like the bar is so high when you're looking at these influencers that are for their birthdays on yachts and in Dubai and doing the things. It's like, wow. I mean, it is like keeping up with the Joneses times a million on these social media platforms. And, you know, I hope that people take it in the context that it should be. Like, these people are showing a small part of their lives, because I think in all platforms, like, you know, I said for my generation, The Cosby Show, the whatever, you can either use it to inspire you, motivate you, or you can use it to feel jealous or feel horrible about yourself or feel like you can't attain those things, right? So whatever platform, whatever we're looking at, it's how we use it in our lives. And I think that's an important thing to say, because these kids are living it up, and all power to them. I'm so happy they're doing it, but the bar is set so high. It's set so high. And so I loved looking at or stalking her birthday vlog. I love that she is living it up, as most influencers are. But I also know that there are a lot of clients and people that I speak to in daily life who look at these influencers and look at these vloggers and they think, I'm just sitting at home doing nothing, or my life's not like that, or I can never aspire to that. And again, I know you hear this all the time, but I just think it's important to say the bar is really high. Most people don't live like that all the time. It's a small facet of their life, which I know most people know. But I do think that causes a lot of stress, and that people just need reminders. I know you hear it all the time, but I think people need reminders. That is one day in the life of these people. So that is my couch confessions for the week. I hope you've enjoyed me just blabbing about insights I got from my personal and professional life. I will see you guys back here next time. Bye for now.